appreciate your answers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Melton.
I don't know who this would go to. I guess an entity that would be receiving the dollars, do they reserve the right to refuse to serve anyone?
I can't answer that question, Mr. Chair. Up to your.
So private providers would, again, opt in to apply to be approved private providers in this system. They would maintain autonomy in their hiring and admissions practices. And there's actually a provision in the proposal in Chapter 5, page 24, lines 33 through 38, that says the creation of the program does not expand the regulatory authority of the state and the state's officers to impose additional regulation on non-public schools, private tutors, or other providers of education or related services beyond those that are necessary to enforce the requirements of the program. Does that answer your question?
Yes or no?
Could they deny students?
Right.
Yes, they are able to maintain their admissions and hiring their admissions practices.
So could it be based off the severity of the child's special needs? Could they deny them because of that?
So Section 504 and Title II of ADA apply to private providers. But that requires that they cannot discriminate based on disability. But if the provider does not have an educational program that would meet their needs currently, then it is not considered discrimination, that the program just can't serve that child's unique set of needs.
But it'll probably be hard to justify by a case-by-case basis, though, probably. I'm just assuming. And this is a statement more than a question. I just want to make sure that citizens know that I'm asking questions not to challenge the need to serve special education, just the mechanism on how we're doing it. I'm just trying to get more clarity on that. So I just wanted to make sure that folks understood that.
Thank you, Senator Melton. Let me at least go to page 26 of the bill and on the bottom, and then top of 27. If there's an issue with a provider, there's a mechanism to revoke that provider to be able to continue to provide services. I think that answers your question, maybe slightly anyway, the initial question. Yes, sir.
Senator, Stoops.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's an excellent question, actually. That the part of the bill you mentioned doesn't correct the issue. And this is a problem we have with our voucher schools and private schools. So they can get a voucher, but the voucher schools and private schools have the ability to deny service to anybody. If they get a child that has behavioral problems, if they get a child that has disabilities or learning disabilities, they can deny access. And so it's not really a fair playing field with the public schools, who will take anybody and are required to take anybody. But I took you up on that. I researched who the funders are of the Foundation for Excellence in Education, and it's Jeb Bush and the Gates Foundation. And I guess your policy direction exactly mirrors that of the American Legislative Exchange Council, which explains why you've been successful in these other states. But basically, that's a lot of virtual school and private school. So maybe denying access isn't such a big thing, because you're really selling a component piece of that education process, which is the virtual private school. And then they can hire the tutors or take care of other things.
We actually don't engage heavily on virtual education at all. So our main policy tenets are accountability and A through F school grading and choice. And then we also do things like competency-based education, college and career readiness, et cetera. But we have no relationship, no formal relationship with ALEC, and have not had, to my knowledge.